to this short practice. It's a seated only practice. Could be used in the morning to start the day, or if you need a moment or two, well, maybe 10 minutes to recenter in the afternoon, or even you could do this in the evening closer to bedtime. So it'll be pretty quick, close to the ground, and with a little bit of seated meditation, very short, focused on the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. So if you like to begin, you'll find a comfortable seat. You can take this one in a chair or on the floor, whatever's comfortable to you. And as always, if you need to sit up on a blanket or a cushion, you're welcome to do that, whatever makes the seated position feel open and unrestricted in your body. And then we'll take a moment to begin the practice and start the centering in process. If you'd like a mudra option, the hand gesture or gesture option, using the hands, you could take Jnana mudra with the index finger and thumb connected, fingers together, palms facing down on your knees. So if that's something that's useful to you, feeling for that energetic dynamic and anchor, you're welcome to that. And taking a moment to just acknowledge whatever surroundings or whatever you're hearing and noticing in your external environment, and to make some peace with that. And then as you're ready, shifting your attention to your current inner environment or your inner experience. You could feel for your sitting bones on the ground, or whatever you're sitting on. So if you're sitting on the floor or a chair, and as always, your eyes could be opened or closed here. So beginning to shift your awareness to your physical body and where you're connected to a surface. And then maybe shifting your attention to your inner experience. And with an effort to just notice as well. Notice without needing to judge or shift or change anything. Perhaps bringing some awareness to your breathing. You're welcome to find a slower, deeper breath here if you like, if that's comfortable to you, if you feel ready for that. If not, you can just let your breath flow naturally. Maybe one more breath here in the seated position. And just a moment to notice and acknowledge what is present for you right now. All right. And if you're ready, you're welcome to interlace your fingers and flip your palms up as you reach your arms up. If for some reason this doesn't feel good to your shoulders, you're welcome to just have your hands reaching up with a little space between your palms. So either way. And then we'll find some length up. So length up. You could even start to tip a little bit side to side, like you were taking a big stretch. And you can allow your shoulder blades to lift here, maybe that sense of liftedness under the shoulders. We'll keep everything the same, and then draw your shoulders back down a little bit. Maybe inhaling to lift the shoulders, stretch up. Maybe exhale as you draw your shoulders down away from your ears. We'll do one more like that, reaching up. And then exhale, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. And then from here, we'll release the fingers and slowly let them return back down to your legs. And then hands can meet your knees here or your shins. And depending on your seat, you're welcome to do whatever feels supportive to you. And then we'll take some seated cows and cats. So inhaling as you pull your chest through your arms, maybe lift your gaze, a little arch in the back. And then maybe exhale to round the back, tuck the chin, tuck your tail. And we'll go back and forth like that. Inhaling to open. And then with an exhale, rounding your back, spreading your shoulder blades. Be one more time like that. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat, spine. And then we'll come back to center and we'll go right into some shoulder rolls. So moving right into some shoulder rolls, you're welcome to explore any movement that feels good to you here. You could circle your shoulders back and forward, maybe one at a time. working with whatever breathing pace feels good to you. Just keep your breath flowing. Maybe circling through any tension or tightness you might be feeling. And then when you're ready to let that one go, you can lower your shoulders down and we'll take some neck movement. So finding a bit of a neck circle, so you could take one ear to one shoulder and then sweep your chin down to your chest, and then opposite ear will come to opposite shoulder. So you can start with any side, and then we'll move into a few of these, and feel free to make this half circle. If you want to go with a full circle, you're welcome to find that as well, if that feels comfortable to your neck. If it doesn't, just stay with the half circle. You could even take one movement at a time instead of going into that more circle motion. So whatever movement here feels good for your neck. And then whenever you're ready, returning your gaze back to center. From here, we'll sweep the arms up, back up to the ceiling, reaching the arms up once more, and then dropping your right hand down and tipping over to that side. So we'll find a side bend. And you can experiment with any movement here that you like. You could keep your chest forward, you could roll your chest open, you could maybe take your hand and place it on the back of the head and peel open a little bit more. You could even roll down the other way. So anything that feels good here to you. For a side bend, to open up in your rib cage. And then we'll come to the other side, dropping your other hand down, tipping over to one side once more. Maybe softening the shoulder down away from the ear, and then see if there's any movement you want to add on to this one. Maybe hand comes to the back of the head as you peel your chest open. And maybe you can go the other way, reach your arm forward. Yep. So anything at all. We'll explore another couple breaths in side bend. And as you're ready, coming back to center. From here, we'll take a twist. If you need to adjust your seated position in any way, you're welcome to. I'm going to adjust the crisscross of my legs. Maybe connecting to some length in your spine once more. And we'll rotate to one side. So pick a side, rotate in that direction. Your gaze could go back behind you, or you could keep your gaze a little bit forward. Whatever feels best for your neck and your back. Be continuing to keep some length through the spine. Finding some slower breaths here. And then we'll come back to center, reset in the middle if you like. Feel for some liftedness through your spine once more as we twist to the other side. Steady your breath. We roll the shoulders down, elongate through the back of the neck. And as you're ready, we'll come back to center. To finish off our seated movement before we wrap up, maybe finding a little bit of shifting side to side, and we'll turn this into some chest circles. You could feel for the movement more in your hip, but a little shifting side to side. And then when you're ready, you can kind of lean over to one side and then sweep your chest forward. Hands can be wherever feels best. Could be on the floor or on your legs, sweeping to one side and then through the center to the other side. And we'll go back and forth in this manner in whatever way feels best to you, to whatever range of motion feels good. Keep a little soft bend in your elbows perhaps. And then if you want to go for it, you could circle your chest a little bit back and then around again. So maybe coming into more of a full circle like this with the chest and the hips. You can go in both directions. Just feeling for any movement that works to open and release around your hips and your spine and your rib cage. Maybe one or two more rounds of breath or circles. And then coming back to center as you're ready, you're welcome to let that go. All right, so we'll finish off this very short practice with a little bit of focus on the root chakra. And you can take what works here and leave what doesn't. You could keep your hands resting in your lap. You could return to the mudra we did at the beginning, index finger and thumb connected, palms facing down, resting on your knees. Be feeling once more for your sitting bones on the chair or floor, wherever you are, and liftedness through the spine. Your eyes could be opened or closed. You could keep a soft gaze in front of you. And then I'll invite you to bring your awareness to the base of your body. your the lower part of the spine, the tailbone area. So feeling for the support underneath you at the base of your body. And maybe picturing here, as this involves a little visualization and what's called a Bīja, or a seed mantra. It's just a sound. It doesn't have any meaning. It's more about the vibration. So feeling for, perhaps at the base of your body, a yellow square, a yellow glowing square. Feeling a sense of connectedness to the ground. Feeling a sense of support and nourishment and resourcefulness. And then the sound is lum, lum. You can say it quietly to yourself if you like, or just in your silently to yourself. So whatever feels best to you. Say it out loud just so you can hear it and get a feel for it. Lum, lum. And you could just be breathing in whatever way feels best to you, or maybe you're shifting into, again, a little bit of a slower, deeper breathing rhythm. Continuing to feel the length of your spine, ease around your shoulders and face and jaw. Feeling the support underneath you, your golden yellow square, the sound lum, lum. Welcome to let that visualization go. Return to your natural breath. Maybe if you had the mudra, you're welcome to shake out your hands, maybe circle the wrists. And then from here, I'll invite you to bring your palms together to touch an Anjali mudra. And we'll close out with an Om and then the metta prayer. So if you like, bringing your palms together to touch at your heart, Anjali mudra. And I'll close with an Om. You're welcome to join. Exhaling. And then inhale. Om. Thank you so much. Bowing to your own heart. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy.